Hey, what's up, guys? Doing another hit and run. This time on the Thoroughly Bourgeois, $20. I need that to fill like a quarter of my gas tank. Fango. This is like an evil doppelganger of Fango. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's actually normal. Half the people gotta look like this in 10 years. What was the editor saying this time? Not interested. So Andrea is more interested. So going through, obviously I've done my reconnaissance. I'm just gonna cover. I can't cover everything here. So although, like I said, they keep covering similar things to Remorque. Remember they were talking about alligator. The ABC Sunday night movie. Oh, that was a Sunday night movie. Why did I think it was Friday? I remember, yeah, when they showed Jaws. Yeah. But anyway, the Northman. Oh, now it's funny. I keep saying, check out the Daily Beast. They were actually they interviewed this dude, and the interviewee, right, trying to show his good boy point, and have this question as a statement and a threat. And an exclamation, was trying to get Eggers to say for the 10th million time that he disavows the white nationalists that love this film because it's a historical film in Scandinavia, Iceland, Russia, so you don't see diversity. And it was interesting what he said. He kind of like said, yeah, but I already answered that question already, so let's move on. I try to make movies from the perspective of people from that time. Is it mine? No, but the movie's not about me. Very clever dude. So, and yeah, I actually want to check this film out, but it'll take the time. And there he is. I guess you got to do that. So. I remember T West. I remember that movie, The Roost. That was a good movie. It was a while ago. This is a Korean film here. I thought this was interesting. She felt conflicted about the items the film's villain stemmed from the sense of otherness. Because to these people, the horror comes from, the traditional, right? The tradition would tell you about the otherness, right? As a daemon, as both good and evil. But then again, in Asian cultures, ghosts are almost 100% malevolent, unlike in the West, where they can also be allies or guide you or warn you. But anyway, and she's I didn't understand where they were, even though they came from my own culture. Well, dear, because you're American. So, that's what this place does. It wipes out your identity and your culture. So, that's the real horror. But we've gone over that already. So. Damn, they still with still with the Jurassic Park. I guess they want to keep what works, But commentary aside, though, look how impressive that is. Sculpting is. I love dinosaurs when I was a kid, and the original Jurassic Park's still an awesome film. So say what you want about Spielberg, he can make a good scene. Look at that craftsmanship. Anyway, so this, once again, this is the same as Remorque, so I'm not gonna cover that. So I never saw these Bollywood horror films, but I heard they're crazy. So we have, what is this, they made sequels. Remember they made 2 sequels to The Exorcist? The second one's bizarre, but the first one is the one that's, it is definitely worth everything. So, but what's interesting about this article, more than what they're talking about, is the little thing you see that you must do, the negation of the past, even though these men, that made this were very talented. One of the biggest pitfalls, it's hardly a pitfall, sit in the 40s. Western fort, framing it as a positive influence in the area. Really? Well, it's just history, okay? And, in the 40s in Palestine, you had the British were there until other people took it over. You know, it's a narrative that's hard to swallow, especially the prevailing history of white. Oh, there you go. You must always circle back to that. Or even Joseph Conrad, The Heart of Darkness is brilliant. Okay, but his hindsight is hardly critical enough. So you're going into the past, you know, and although they do have an interesting thing here, right? Superficial, so no, it's not enough. Of course, it's not enough. What's the target? Anyway, boring, but you know, we have to show this. Oh man, Dog Soldiers, yo, remember this? Oh, bro, great movie, great movie. So, dude at the end, man, with the frying pan and the knife. Even to the end, he was like, "Yeah, go to hell." That was awesome. Great film. The Gate, you know, I never saw The Gate. I never saw the. I can't see everything. Okay, so the other thing in here, this newbie guy, he's the try-hard dude. I'm talking about the slippery slope of community. Okay, now it's funny how everything I mentioned is going against traditionalism, right? It's going against people having ties. Okay, although you can see that there's a universalism to this, okay? But essentially, the quest for community. There's an old book, Robert Nesbitt, a literally forgotten guy of the, I guess, conservative movement. Just check him out. Very interesting. And the guy goes through the usual, right? Right. You got all the same villains. You got the conflating Joe Rogan's going against the establishment, which this person is for. Right? He's a journalist. He is for the establishment. Right? And so he describes. He did this, I think, in the last one. The respective loss of freedoms, power. Oh, there we go again. Well, I'll tell you from a purely objective point of view, right? Let's say even all of this is the case. Losing your freedom, losing your power in this world is a fucking death sentence, right? You exist at the whims of the power group, right? Why you would expect to embrace something like that is interesting, but it's not quite that simple, is it? Like I keep saying, the people like this guy that put this on you, they're living pretty good. Okay, they have more power than you and me. All of this stuff is really aimed at what? It's aimed at class, right? At white, yeah, but a class of white. Okay, so, and you know, traditional, i.e., masculine men, feminine women, families, anyway. And he brings up The Village. I always thought that movie was brilliant, The Village. You know, Shyamalan gets a lot of abuse, but guy's talented. So all the people went there because they lost loved ones to the crime waves in the city. Obviously, Philadelphia in that case. The crime waves of that I keep mentioning, the slaughter of cities. That was what drove the people to go to The Village. Anyway, yeah. The inherent stagnation of a community built entirely of white people. Yeah, you know, inbreeding. I guess you think they. I mean, forget the other groups. You think they would mention the Amish in this? The guy doesn't do that. That's interesting. Okay, he doesn't mention the Amish at all. Okay, people that I live next to. So, and of course he believes are being banned in school districts. boogeyman out of all these things. Really. All to control history. Well, he's laying out the blueprint of what they're doing, but it's just interesting. It's just like, oh god, you know. And I'm the one telling you it's more complex than just white, but they are single-minded, you know. With that, they don't want you to not be a slave to corporate capitalism. They don't want you to have extended families and neighbors that you trust who you can count on in a pinch. Okay, you have your own food stores. They don't want that. They want you to be sitting in Starbucks, you know, with your little beard and your little skinny jeans, you know, getting you know, the slave to the whims of whatever the programming is that they download into you. Oh, terrifying. Oh, look at that. That is utterly terrifying. It actually is. It is to certain people. Right, the backs. Oh, you always gotta circle back to the programming. So the copy, right? Yeah, it's kind of funny too because I'm the Nietzschean. I'm the one telling you that all this stuff it's coming out of that religion, or it's a heresy of that religion, but that is definitely connected to it. Okay, from my Christian watchers, so it's you can say it's a heresy of, you know. So you're gonna see a movie, Midsummer, by this dude about people. Nah, I'd rather see another community. Maybe they do something about it. So actually, I wonder if there was a horror film they made about it. That would be interesting to see. But anyway, alright. So let's wrap this up because we're getting past here. This is an interesting action horror, like the old school, but I just don't have the time. So, anything else to put this out? Cool artwork. This is nah, there's really nothing interesting here. Sleepwalkers, that was alright. Sleepwalkers, I remember enjoying that. So I remember, yeah, the weird relationship between the mother and the son. It was kind of creepy, but the effects were good, man. Good 80s, or I guess early 90s. Ooh, okay, we'll wrap up with this. It's London Hospital, right? The NSA, and you know, we're going to do here, okay. Attention-seeking hysteria. Oh please, dude. The fucking woman opens her mouth and everybody rushes and caters to it. Come on, already stop with this shit. Stop with this nonsense. You gotta stop. But they're not gonna stop, and they're gonna keep hammering on you with it, and they're gonna win because of that. You know, and you actually have a strong female character in this. The matron, the head matron. She is evil. Well, she's the villain. So there you go. Yeah. And there you see the English, British. She looks very English, doesn't she? Don't forget, they couldn't put this on you if people that were British, real British, English, didn't make it possible. So yeah. Yeah, we all know. Look how great the horror stuff looks. Okay, let me get the hell out of here. There's playing the hipster whistling song in the background, so I'm starting to get nauseous. Later.